Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks podcast. And today we're going to be doing the match preview for the Bournemouth game, the game that is very crucial for Manchester United as Man United travel to the south coast to face AFC Bournemouth in a Premier League clash that holds significant weight. And I'll tell you the reason why in a moment. As the season edges closer to its conclusion, for Man United, every point is now crucial in the race for European qualification and in building momentum under the new head coach Rúben Amorim, with the tactical identity beginning to take shape. This game represents a key test for Man United's adaptability, energy, and the ability to impose style of play against a well-drilled Bournemouth side under Andoni Iraola. And the reason why I said that it's very crucial, especially, is because I have a bone to pick with Iraola. He was in that, and this is the reason why. He was in that Bilbao team, was a right back in that Bilbao team that beat Manchester United in 2012-2013. That's Alex Ferguson's last season as a manager in the Europa League. Man United crashed out of the Champions League group stage and landed in the Europa League group stage in the Europa League round of 16. And then Iraola was in that team that beat Man United 5-2 home and away overall. I remember that Rooney scored a banger in the second leg at Old Trafford. So basically they came to Old Trafford and whooped us. So basically we need to, and it's crucial because Iraola is associated with Athletic Bilbao. So most definitely it will be interesting for us to surpass Bilbao in the Europa League this week, as well as beat Iraola in the Premier League. So let's get stuck in. So basically, with regards to form guide, Man United's recent form of late has been mixed. Basically, we've not really turned up this season. We've suffered a little bit this season with a lot of defeats, especially in the last 5 games and all of that. So basically, Man United have struggled this season, we've also showed signs of tactical cohesions and intensity through consistency over 90 minutes. But the truth is, we have not had that consistency for so many games across 90 minutes. So if you look at the head-to-head, you can see that Bournemouth has typically similar head-to-head with us. Form guide with us. Basically, in the last 5 games, they've drawn 2, 1-1 and lost 2. And Man United have drawn 2, 1-1 and lost 2. So it's pretty much about the same form heading into the game. Bournemouth are, on the other hand, they have proven to be tough opponents, particularly at home, with Iraola's side picking up notable results this season through structured pressing and intelligent ball progression. And with regards to head-to-head, Man United edges Bournemouth on head-to-head. Historically, Manchester United have had an upper hand in this fixture in the last 10 Premier League games, obviously, 10 Premier League meetings. United, obviously, in the last, overall, when it comes to head-to-head in the last 5 games, there is, Man United have won Bournemouth a couple of times, I think 2 times, and drawn once, while Bournemouth have won twice in the last 5 games. And then overall, in the last 22 games, Man United have 13 wins. There have been 4 draws, and there have been 5 wins for Bournemouth. So it's a mixed bag when it comes to Manchester United and everything with regards to Bournemouth. I remember under Ten Hag first season, we lost to Bournemouth in the second leg, in the second game or first game, I believe. And then under Ten Hag second season as well, we lost to Bournemouth. This season, we have lost to Bournemouth under Rúben Amorim, right? So it is what it is in the first leg in December, right? So Bournemouth actually shocked Man United 3-0, as I said earlier, this season with a clinical 3-0 win. And it is a stark reminder that, the Cherries are more than capable of pulling off upsets when their tactical setup clicks, right? And United also are keen to avenge this result and restore their dominance in this fixture, which is what I really long for Man United. Now, how does Bournemouth play? Tactical breakdown. Now, under Andoni Iraola, Bournemouth play a 4-3-3 and they morph into a 4-1-5 in the high build-up. And they play vertical, aggressive and fast, built on tactical intelligence and numerical superiority. Now, some of the key traits to this setup is that they have a high pressing system and they occupy pockets of space. I mean, the number 8s position themselves between the lines, receiving passes, and that is, we're talking about Justin Kluivert here, passes that allow them to turn to attack directly. The full backs also attack. Milos Kerker's case in point. They switch and overload. Basically, they target the weak side full backs with long diagonals to create numerical mismatches. They also have a final third play where they excel in half spaces between fullbacks and centre backs, cutbacks, using cutbacks and crosses, and also late runs into the box. And they have also one of the traits of their style of play is defensive transitions. They counter-attack, they counter-press centrally and win the ball back quickly. And their mid-block squeezes, space, and forces play wide. So it's a whole lot to deal with when it comes to Bournemouth. But we're going to go with the predicted lineup for Bournemouth. And the predicted lineup for Bournemouth will go based on their last game and knowledge that we have so far. Arisa Balaga in net. And then we have Houston, Spanish international, and Zabarani playing in centre back, and then we have right back is Smith, I think he's 33 years old, and then Milos Kerkez on the left back spot, and then the two in midfield as they play 4-2-3-1, Adams and Scott, and then the three across the front, across the midfield attacking section of the field or attacking third of the field is Ouattara, then Justin Kluivert plays as number 8. And then Semenyo plays as the right winger for Bournemouth, also trying to find spaces between the lines between the wing back and the defender. So, but for Man United playing a 3-4-3, it will be difficult for him to find the spaces. So he'll try to find the space out wide on one of the sides of the space vacated by Bournemouth. And then in attack, they have Ivan Nielsen, one of their key players as well. So if we're going to go with that, then the key player to watch will be so the key player to watch basically for this one will definitely be Antoine Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo has played 37 games, over 3,000 minutes. He's scored 10 goals and he's assisted 5. So he's doing really well for Bournemouth, turning up for them as and when needed, right? In the last 2 games ago against Fulham, he scored the winning goal, which was the 1-0 win at Fulham. 25-year-old Ghanaian international. So he's a very good player. I think at some point he was a target for Man United, but I don't think he's going to thrive in our setup. But he's a good player. He's a good player, better than a lot of players around. And then other players that will kind of offer a threat. I mean, this one scored against Man United in the first leg. It's Justin Kluivert. He offers creativity, unpredictability, and obviously he slots himself in the half spaces. Another player also that we can talk about is the midfielder. I think is Smith, and he basically is an engine in the midfield, sharp in pressing and transitions, as well as Ivan Nielsen, one of their strikers, the top players, also good and strong and all of that, and it'll be a good battle to watch for Harry Maguire if Harry Maguire starts this game. So it is what it is. And that's all about Bournemouth. And we head over to Manchester United and how Man United play. How Manchester United play, pretty simple and straightforward, as we always talk about, is the fluid 3-4-3 formation shifting to a 4-2-3-1 when Andre Onana plays as a sweeping goalkeeper. He plays as a ball-playing goalkeeper or sweeper goalkeeper, aiding in the build-up. And the midfielders also make forward runs to disrupt defensive lines, with Højlund acting as both a link-up and a penetrative option. it involves high pressing, insane transitions, quick vertical build up to which just to mention but a few, which defines our style of play. In truth, the wing backs are very key in all of this. The left and the right wing backs are very key in ensuring that this lineup clicks and they create chances for the attack. And for predicted lineup for Manchester United. Now, predicted lineup for Manchester United goes like Andre Onana in net. So full service returns. Onana in net. Harry Maguire, Euro, and Mazraoui play as the back three. Mazraoui on the right side, Euro on the left. And then, obviously, it's a sensible lineup in preparation because they've had enough time to rest, as Amorim hinted. And then in the center of defensive mid, the 2 6s, we have Manuel Ugarte and Casemiro. Ugarte for pace and energy, and Casemiro for control and maturity when it comes to like dealing with players like this. And then we have Harry Mas coming in for Dogo on the left hand side as a wing back, and then Patrick Dogo coming in for Dalot, who is injured and potentially out for the season. And then in the front two tens, I would have loved to go with Garnacho as an outlet for pace and all of that, but I'll go with Mason Mount because of control and because of his pressing ability, and Bruno Fernandes for more of the control and chance creation. And then for this one, I would like to rest Højlund for this, so I'll go with Chido-Obi in the striking position. He starts this one. And then key player to watch for Man United in this one, is Casemiro. Now, I know why I chose Casemiro, because I'd have easily said Bruno Fernandes, but Casemiro has played himself into the squad and shown that he can handle pressure. I know it's a different ball game when you talk about playing in the Premier League, but this is more like a preparation for what we're going to face in the Europa League, because I think the Spanish side, Athletic Bilbao, are going to be very, 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 very technical. So we need a bit of control, and we need him to get oil, because the last time he played was against Lyon in our epic 5-4 comeback. Now, he's played 36 games, 2,252 minutes, and he's had 3 goals and 3 assists for the 33-year-old Brazilian international. So he's doing well for Man United, doing well for the team and for the squad. And then other key players to watch: Bruno Fernandes, the engine of United's attacking play, capable of dictating tempo and unlocking defenses. Overall, this season, he's had 16 goals, 16 assists, with 32 goal contributions. He missed a couple of chances against Wolves, but he can do magic in this one. Other potential key players or game changers: Kobbie Mainoo, calm, intelligent, progressive in possession, vital for controlling tempo in the midfield. We also have Alejandro Garnacho. If he starts, he's going to be direct, explosive, and fearless. Thrives in transition. And then another key player to watch also is Mason Mount. He's good in the press. He's good in trying to win balls back, and in Amorim's system and all of that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings about this lineup. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about who starts and who is on the bench. So if we're going to go with how Manchester United can beat Bournemouth, we're going to say, first and foremost, there are four things I always list out as to how Manchester United, 4 points as to how Manchester United can beat Bournemouth. First and foremost, target their high press and vertical balls. Target their high press and vertical balls with Bournemouth's man-to-man press, which is aggressive but can be bypassed. Quick vertical passes from Onana to the centre-backs, to Fernandes, or to even Højlund can spring attacks through the middle. If you start Obi, you can guarantee that his first touch is going to be key, and his first touch is going to into the midfield to make that darting run and roll a player will be very key in this setup. Now, number 2 will be to overload their weak side in defense. Bournemouth's switch of play, defense can be very vulnerable. Create overloads on the flanks, dragging their midfield across, and then switching to the weak side with runners like Fernandes or Patrick Dogu, or even Harry Mas, creating chances and whipping those balls in. Then, number 3 will now be to control the midfield battle, to cut supplies into their number 8. Now, you have to deny Bournemouth those pockets of influence. You also have to, for example, Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte, to ensure that they need to track runners and close passing lanes, as we did against Wolves. Then preventing easy turn and drive moments from the number 8s, like Semenyo, who will play in that position, and switch with Kluivert, who also potentially play in that position. And then 4, and last but not least, maintain focus in the game, especially with when it comes to game management. Bournemouth thrive on chaos. They thrive on chaos phases and second balls. So Man United must control the tempo, avoid sloppy passes, and keep the defensive structure even during the attacking transitions. It is very key for Man United to be able to thrive with that. It's very key for Man United to be able to come through in playing in that structure. And obviously, we have spoken about the key players that can impact this, and that is Bruno Fernandes, creating control, and then Casemiro being that mature head to keep things steady in the midfield. Now, to sum this all up, I'd say that this game is far from a straightforward. It's just far from straightforward between Man United and Bournemouth, because Bournemouth are very disciplined, they are dangerous, and they are tactically astute under Iraola. However, Manchester United have the tools to exploit their vulnerabilities. I mean, we have really young players that can actually exploit their vulnerability, that can be underrated, particularly on the counter-attack and on the wide areas, especially with Amas and Dogu if they start. Now, with Fernandes pulling the strings, Garnacho's pace if he starts, or even Chido-Obi's unpredictability, Amorim's tactical flexibility as well can also help unlock Bournemouth. Now, United can get a vital away win if this all works out, and we expect a closely contested match. But if United maintain intensity and composure, this could be a statement victory and in the push for European qualification, albeit it is all but over for Man United when it comes to European qualification. But with our Europa League being our sure route towards getting European qualification, it will be very key for us to actually win this one in preparation for the Europa League game, because it gives us momentum. Now, my predicted scoreline for this game will most definitely be a 1-0 win. I'm a dreamer, and I believe that Man United can do it. A 1-0 win against Bournemouth. Now, with that, it makes it easier for us to actually have momentum to move through to play against Athletic Bilbao. So it's a hard-fought 1-0 win, but we're going to be in control. We're going to play like we played against Wolves, play better. But if we convert our chances, it is going to be easier for us to score. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. What are your predicted lineups? What are your predicted score lines? Hit the comment section and let me know your thoughts and feelings about this. And we shall see you in the next one. But, that's all about the preview for the game against Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. And I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.